You know, we're all swimming in this ocean of data, right? And it's so easy to get lost. The real trick is figuring out what's just random noise and what's actually a signal, a clue telling you that something important is going on. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to learn how to find those hidden signals.
Okay, so let's put on our detective hats. Look at this chart. To most people, this just looks like a total mess, right? A bunch of random dots, just static. But what if I told you there could be a pattern hidden right there in plain sight? That's the core question we're asking. Is this just noise, or is it a clue?
All right, so our first clue is a little counterintuitive. It's a pattern that's actually defined by what's not happening. We're looking for a period of calm. You know, a stretch of data that's so stable it's almost suspicious. Let's call this one the pattern of calm.
So have a look. See if you can spot it yourself. Anything seem a little weird here? Take a really close look at those points inside the box. Do you see how they're all just bunched up right around that middle line? It's like they're afraid to stray too far. It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
And boom, that's it. That's the clue. When you get 15 points in a row, all packed into that central zone, that's a huge signal. Now, for the stats nerds out there, this zone is called plus or minus 1 sigma, or 1 standard deviation. Basically, it's where you'd expect most of the data to hang out, but not for that long. Purely random noise just doesn't behave this way. It doesn't stay this calm. So when you see this, it's a massive hint that something fundamental has shifted.
So, what could actually cause a pattern like this in the real world? Well, think about an investment portfolio. On the left, you see the normal ups and downs, the volatility, the risk. Then, let's say you make a change. You rebalance things. You move into some less volatile assets. And look what happens on the right. The crazy swings are gone. That pattern of calm is the data screaming at you, hey, your strategy worked. You actually lowered the risk.
Okay, so a tight cluster of points hugging the middle. That means stability, it means control. But what if you see the exact opposite? What if the data seems to be doing everything it can to avoid the middle? Well, that, my friends, tells a whole different story. And that brings us to our second clue, which we're calling the pattern of extremes. It's pretty much the mirror image of what we just saw. This isn't about control at all. This is a clear sign of instability.
So here's what to look for. 8 points in a row, and not one of them, not a single one, falls inside that central zone. It's like the data is allergic to the average. It jumps from way up high to way down low, but it refuses to just settle down in the middle. This is a massive red flag. Something is definitely up.
So who's the culprit? What could cause this? Well, a classic suspect is overcorrection. Imagine someone sees a result that's too low, so they tweak something to fix it, but they push it way too far, and the next result is sky high. So what do? They overcorrect again in the other direction. Another possibility, and this happens more than you'd think, is that you're accidentally plotting data from 2 totally different sources on the same chart. That'll give you this kind of fake seesaw pattern every time.
Okay, so we've covered unnatural calm and we've covered unnatural extremes. Our third and final clue for today is a bit different. It's not about how stable or unstable the data is, it's more subtle. We're looking for a pulse, a beat, a hidden rhythm that just shouldn't be there if the data were truly random.
Check this out. Again, first glance, maybe it just looks like noise, but I want you to really look. Can you almost feel a beat in it? Do you see a pattern that just keeps repeating itself, like clockwork?
This clue has a name. It's called periodicity. And if you spotted it, awesome job. On that last chart, every 5th point was consistently high. Now here's the key thing to get. Random noise has no memory. It doesn't know what happened last time, so it can't remember to spike every 5th time. When you see a rhythm like that, you are absolutely 100% seeing a signal, not noise. And you see this kind of rhythm everywhere once you start looking for it. Think about traffic, right? Morning rush hour, evening rush hour, bam, bam, clear pattern. Or think about a bank. You know it's going to be crazy busy on a Friday. That's a rhythm. So many economic indicators have this kind of seasonality. And spotting that rhythm is the first step to really understanding a system and maybe even predicting what it's going to do next. So there you have it. The pattern of calm, the pattern of extremes, and the hidden rhythm. 3 really powerful clues. Now, let's pull it all together. It's time to reveal the big secret, the thing that makes all of these signals so incredibly useful for a data detective. First, just so you know, the 3 clues we've talked about are just the tip of the iceberg. They're part of a whole toolkit that professional analysts use. There are tons of other signals they look for, But the ones we've covered today, they are perfect examples that really get to the heart of the main idea.
But what's the one thing that connects all these different clues? What is the secret sauce that gives them their power? How can we be so confident when we see one of these patterns and say, nope, that is not just random noise?
This right here, this is the secret. The probability, get this, the chance of any one of these patterns showing up just by pure random luck is only 0.3%. Think about that. That's less than 1 in 300. It's not technically impossible, but it's so ridiculously unlikely that you can bet your bottom dollar something else is causing it.
And that right there is the fundamental logic of being a data detective. Look, you can never be 100% certain about anything, but when the odds are 99.7% in your favor, when there's a 99.7% chance that what you're seeing is not random, you take that bet. You make the call to investigate the signal instead of just writing it off as noise. So now you're in on the secret. You know how to look right past the static and spot the real clues, the calm, the extremes, the rhythm. So the only question left is, now that you know what to look for, what secrets is the data all around you going to reveal to you?